In honor of the little anglerfish that recently surfaced, I'm going to be revisiting this design, but making it a little bit more accurately to this. You see, the diver said she was about 6 centimeters, which is a size sphere that I regularly make, so I thought, why not make one to scale? To start, I of course needed a hollow sphere, and once that was leather hard, I marked out where I wanted her eyes and mouth. We're rolling out some clay for her dorsal, pectoral, and tail fins. Once I had fin shapes I liked, I set those aside and then cut out her mouth and got that nice and smoothed out on the inside and formed to shape. Then it was time to slip and score all of the areas where her fins were going to go and get those attached. This part does take quite a while because if I don't line them up perfectly, the piece can look super wonky. After her fins were nice and attached, it was time to start working on her lure. Yes, her lure. Only female anglerfish have lures, and I decided to go with an interchangeable system so you can change out different lures for whatever you're feeling. All of those details were done. We were officially done with the clay step of the little anglerfish, so I set her aside to dry, and then the next day I was able to put her in her bisque fire. The next morning, opened it up, and she was ready to be underglazed. So I started by glazing both of her little lures, so a sun and a star. Then it was time to make this little girl look more like a black devil, so I started by using a cherry on her fins as well as on the inside of her mouth, and then moved on to black for her eyes, of course, and then all of her body. And y'all, right about now, I was wondering if I was doing the right thing because she was looking extra scary, but spoiler alert, I am very happy with the color palette I chose. And of course, lastly, white for her teeth and eyes, and this is what we ended with for underglaze day. So I went ahead and got those charms as well as her, loaded up in the kiln, and then the next day it was finally time to glaze. As I already used a yellow glaze on both of the lures, there was no need to glaze those pieces as they were already fully done. The only thing I had to focus on was getting this little girl nice and shiny, so I started by glazing the inside of her mouth and then moving on to the outside. I did touch up a few areas, so I had to put the first layer on very carefully, then 2 more layers. Once all 3 layers of the glaze were completely dry and she was fully pink, it was time to take her outside to the kiln for her final firing. Got her loaded up, closed that up, and the next morning, we had this. Please allow me to introduce you to Ray, a tiny black devil anglerfish as named by my YouTube livestream chat. I am so happy with how she came out. I absolutely love her interchangeable lures, and of course, there's one more trick. They glow. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.